Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for another interview here. Today, we have Carl Brière. Am I saying that correct?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Tim.
Carl Brière. Well, Meepleville, so I got a little bit of there. And he is the sales director for the game company Scorpion Masqué, based out of Montreal, Canada. Well,
Exactly. That's why I have a huge accent. Hello, everyone.
So first of all, I just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, like where were you born, where are you from, and all that kind of stuff.
I'm from Montreal since I'm born there, and I always live close to Montreal. And I'm in the board game industry since 2009 now. So it's been a while, a bit more than a decade.
Yeah,
And the industry changed a lot since then.
Yes, it sure has. It sure has. So as growing up, were you a gamer growing up?
I used to play chess, Dungeon and Dragon, like Hero Quest, that kind of games. So I was not a big Euro gamer, but I love dungeon crawlers and Dungeon Dragon. I used to play Spellfire, which is similar to Magic, but in the Dragonlands, Ravenloft, and Forgotten Realms.
Okay, and let me ask you something. Are games easily accessible in French as they are in English?
Now, yes, but when I started in 2009, it wasn't common to have the French version that was released at the same time. Quite often could be months, maybe even a year, and that if the game is available, because that happened a lot of time that the game wasn't available in French. But in English, it was available at the same time as in the US. And the big thing also was the price difference. So let's say you have a game at $50, it could be $75 in French.
I see. Made it a little bit harder, huh?
Yeah. I remember when I started to play Dungeon and Dragons second edition, it was almost $30 more expensive to buy the guide manual and the monster guide and stuff like that.
That's why it's good to be bilingual, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you said you've been in the game industry since like 2009. So what was your first job or your first entree into the gaming industry?
My first job, I was working in a warehouse in a company called Philosophia, and they were doing Catan, Carcassonne, and Pandemic in French. So they were the French publisher for that. And after that, Philosophia bought Seaman Games. So now they started to be more like on the international level, and it's only there that I started to see Gen Con and another side of the industry that I didn't know. So I worked for Z-Man, that changed after, for F2Z. And I worked as well for different companies in the industry as Asmodee US before they bought FFG, or Cool Mini, and now I'm working at Scorpion Masking.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you about that then. So you said you worked for quite a few companies that are pretty big players in the industry. So is Montreal like a hub for the board gaming industry, it seems?
It's not a hub, but there's a few publishers here. And they are mostly central to Montreal. It's pretty close to the surrounding of Montreal. And now with all the not the network, but the like internet and stuff like this, because mostly I'm doing sales on the international level. So I'm not able to meet like distributors, stores, or even like going to the events. So a lot of that is done with Skype and emails and Zoom and things like a platform like that. So it's not mandatory to be at somewhere to be able to work for a publisher.
Right. But since a lot of the people I know in those companies, Simon, Asmodee, F2Z, Scorpion Masqué, all speak French, that probably does help a little bit, right?
It does. Yeah. Of course, yes, it does a lot. But Simon, when I started with them, working with them, my team were based in Brazil. So we had a different time zone, different language, different culture, but it was easy to work with them still because we all work in the same goal. And a lot of people in the industry love games, love the industry. So when you work with passion, it's so easy to work with.
Yes, yes, I would agree. Absolutely. So you work for all these companies, and then, as you said, you've been involved with Scorpion Masqué. So tell us how long you've been with Scorpion Masqué, and how did you get involved with Scorpion Masqué?
Well, it's been a bit more than 2 years that I'm with Scorpion Masqué. I joined the team when the crypto was launched, which is one of their biggest success for Scorpion Masqué. And I already know the owner for about 10 years because we met in convention and stuff like that. And at that time, Scorpion was smaller and I have different like need professionally and things like that. So it was a very good fit. And on a personal level, we are very close, the owner and I. So it is really easy to exchange and have a common vision of the industry and what we want to bring into the gaming industry. So it was a natural fit, I would say.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, Christian is a lovely, lovely man, very nice guy. So I want to ask you. So you are the sales director. So maybe give the people a little bit of idea instead of like basically just selling games, right? And everybody knows that's what a sales director do. Maybe can you give us, well, obviously, right? But maybe give us a little bit more of your job. Like, what more do you do besides just selling?
Yeah, actually, it's strange, but I don't sell that much.
Okay.
It's more understand the needs of a distributor. Let's say in the US, we work with Yellow. And sometimes we'll say, okay, so Yellow, this is a very good game for you. We will promote it. And we are talking about what we will do during events, so Gen Con and Origins and different kind of events like that. What we will do for stores, oh, we'll do a giant version, or we will do an OP kit or things like that. So we talk a lot about programs, how the game will arrive on the market, how we will launch the game, what we will do on BGGs and different stuff like that. So, and it's important to be sure that the game that we are selling, it's a good fit for the distributor, because the goal is not to only sell game. We want to build a brand. We want to make sure that the distributor is not stuck with too much overstock. So it just to make sure to have a healthy sales rate for us, for the distributors, for the stores, and to fulfill the demand at the right level. So of course we want to avoid stock issue, like out of stock, but we do not want also too much overstock, because eventually when we want to release a bigger game and we want to make a big push, we need also to team with the distributor to make things happen.
Right. So tell me a little about that. So you mentioned Yellow, and I know you have a great relationship with them. As a distributor, would you say? Is that what they are?
It's it's a partnership. So for all our games, Yellow will distribute our games in the US. But it's not only a distributor that move boxes. I mean, they do a lot more than that. All the advertising in the US, they help us to have a booth at Gen Con. So they share with us. We share a lot of expertise and communication and stuff like this. So it's more like a partnership to be both successful and to bring the best game as possible on the US market.
So since you have such a strong relationship with Yellow, and I know like Decrypto and a lot of your games, are you exclusive with them, or do you also offer games to other companies?
We are exclusive for the entire catalog with Yellow in the US. In other countries, so in Canada, we work with different distributor, but in the US, 100% we work with Yellow exclusively.
Oh, very good. Now, the partnership with Yellow, then, if I'm understanding correctly, is strictly sort of a distribution and sales channel. All of, like, say, the development and R&D, that stays in-house, correct, with Scorpion Masqué?
Yeah, exactly. So we arrive with a final product. But before that, Yellow will see the product maybe 6 months or even a year before, or they know what is the plan, what kind of mechanic, and even the title. And sometimes say, okay, what do you think about that title? Is it good? Because we're a francophone company, and sometimes we need to validate that it's well adapted as well for the US market. So it's also as a validation that we're doing the right things for the US market. So yellow is there not only as a distribution, but also, yes, that is good, that is not good. I'm not sure about that. Let me ask to some people as well. So it's really collaboration to make the best decision as we can.
Right, right. No, very good. And as you said, you go to a lot of conventions, so that's what they help with and stuff. And I'm sure have you been to Essen?
Yes, I am in this end.
I know you've been to Essen, Gen Con Origins, all that kind of stuff. So out of all of the different events you've been to, can you maybe give me a little feeling about how some are better than others, like for your particular job, and why you prefer up? And it's, again, nothing bad about certain conventions, but how different conventions are better for the sales channel for you than others.
I would say for me, the best one is Essen, which is in Germany. Usually it's mid-October. And the reason why is it's a worldwide convention that you will see Japanese publisher who will have a booth there. You will have like anyone has a booth there, so you can see different culture, games that you don't see anywhere else. So you don't need to travel to meet all at once. So that is great. And even last year, it was 200,000 people attending Essen.
Wow.
That's huge. But for a gamer, I never went to Essen or Gen Con as a gamer. It was always business related because it's two major show that you have to attend.
Yeah.
But as a gamer, from what I understood, Gen Con is better than Essen because if you want to do tournaments and organized play and all that, you have a lot or organized play in Gen Con. So as a gamer, Gen Con is a must do. But if you want see things that you don't see usually, Essen will be a very good choice.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of those kind of things on a bucket list. You got to do it at least once. I think everybody should have to do that.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the Scorpion Masqué line then. So out of, I don't know whether you want to say like, heavy Euros, kids games, family, light, what would you say is the general tag you could put on the Scorpion Masqué line?
So we release usually 3-4 games per year, and we have three major brands. So we have the brand of Decrypto, which is the $23 box, which is a party but for gamers game like Decrypto, and that is the first game that launched the line because it's number one on BGG for party game now. And so now we released Stay Cool at Gamma this year, which was in March, and we will release Masterword in September. So when we have a brand, so we try to have all the same shape box, all the same price, and for the same targeted audience. So it's for a party gamer line, which is the line of Decrypto. We have also a kid line, which we call the Little Monster. So it starts from 3 years old up to 7 and soon 8 years old. So it's smaller box, pretty much all the same size. The biggest hit in the US is Zombie Kids Evolution, which is also number one on BGG for the kid line. And that game was amazing. The first time that I played to the prototype, like my kids played 27 games in 3 days. Wow. I never saw that. I never saw that. So okay, we have something there. And so now we're working on Zombie Teens Evolution that will be released later this year. So we have a line that every year we integrate a new kids game as well. And we have a third line, which is a smaller party, but it's really party for everyone, very wide public, which is a card game usually. And so those are the main three brands that we have. So we have the Decrypto line, which is a gamer party, the family kids game, and the party for everyone.
Oh, very good. And then let me ask you real quick. So you said that a lot of help sometimes, like you may get from Yellow, is determining sometimes whether something is Americanized or Franco. What's the term you use?
Francophone.
Francophone. There you go.
Francophone. Because I don't want to say French because it's not French from France. We are a different culture, so we are a mixed culture between the U.S. and France. So we're complicated.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, Francophone,
yes.
American. So I know there are definitely subtle differences in the language and terminology and all that kind of stuff. But as far as the gameplay, do you find that there is a difference between the cultures, or is it relatively the same as far as the reception for different types of games?
It's different. Well, you have the American publishers, or the team is very strong. Even in the illustration, if you look at the FFG box or I don't know, Repo Prod box, which is Seven Wonders, you can see visually it's very, very different. Also, the interaction in the games, it's very, very different. Even German games, there's not a lot of colors. It's a lot about mechanism, having different way you can scores. You don't attack each other. It's more resources and stuff like that. In the American gameplay, you have a lot of, okay, I attack you, so you get 2 hit points or something like that. So it's the interaction is way different. You don't build your gameplay the same way for a European game or an American game.
So does that depend on how much you're going to maybe sell to a certain market, or whether or not you may even offer a game to, say, an American market because you may not think it would be suitable for them as opposed to, say, a European market?
I think each publisher is good at a certain thing. So if you're very good at doing American game, for sure it will be easier to continue that way, because when you develop a game, when you do the artistic direction, when you market the game, when you think about all what we will do in the stores and things like this, you will stick to this because most time, because you know that works for you. So every publisher knows what works for them. Like big Kickstarter company knows what works for them, and other party games company know what works for them. So I think as a publisher, it's just important to find what is your niche and focus on that, and just do the best as you can in that kind of game.
Right. No, I fully understand. Yeah, that would be absolutely true. So let me ask you something on a personal note. Are you a gamer?
Yes, I am.
No, I mean, just because you do sales, right, doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a gamer. So what are some of your favorite games, or maybe your favorite mechanics or types of games?
I love card games, and I would say my best card game is Tissue. I don't know if you ever played Tissue. I love that game.
Phenomenal, yes.
I really enjoy that game. I like the emotion of, you think you have it, you're very stressed, you're taking risk, and eventually you kind of know what is the gameplay of your partner, and you really develop something. It's a great, yeah, I really enjoy that game. I would say that's my favorite game.
Now, do you is it just Tissue, or do you like the whole trick-taking genre of games?
Yes. Tissue is my best one, but I really enjoy that gender of game, like and taking card game.
Have you played The Crew yet?
Yes. I play when I was in New York. I understand why there's so much attention around it. It's an amazing game. I really enjoy it.
Yes, especially people who like trick-taking games.
Yes, so cooperative game, and you have different scenarios and things that come into interaction. So I really like games that you have interaction, and because it creates so much emotion, And even after that, oh, do you remember that time during that game? So you create moments that are amazing. And this is why I love to play games, because you really stop to think of your day job, your problems, and you're with friends and family, and you're just having fun. And yeah, that's why I'm a gamer as well.
And yeah, playing games is such a great escape. It's really, really good for everybody.
Yep.
So now to close out, so what is the direction of Scorpion Masqué? So go ahead and do me a favor, just sell the company a little bit. Let me know any new games coming out, what people can look forward to, and what we can expect from your great line coming out in the future.
Sure. So first of all, so we're a company based in Montreal, and it was founded in 2006. So almost 15 years now, and we have success in every brand that we have. So as I said, so Decrypto, we are number one on BGG for party game. Zombie Kids, number one on BGG for party game, and for kids game. Sorry. So this September, we will release Master Word, which is, if you like the crypto, that will be for your kind of game. So
Nice.
you have one master, so who knows a word. And he's the only one that know that word. The other people all play together, so you work as a team, and you will have to give some words to try to get clues. So you have a master word, which could be animal. So you know the answer is animal. So each of you will do a proposal. Is it a carnivore, or is it a marine animal, or is it a reptile, or something like that? And the clue giver, the master word, will say, okay, for all your proposition, 2 of them are correct, but you don't know which one. So eventually you will have to narrow down to try to be more and more precise, eliminate some choice to find exactly the right word. And you have only 7 rounds for that. And we build it. So you have 300 cards, and it starts quite easy just to get you familiarized with the how to play, and eventually it will get harder and harder, but you will get also better and better. So you will always be challenged by the game.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. That sounds something like really look forward to. So also on a personal note, I just realized you do have sort of your own company, correct? Or you are starting something. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that is one of the reasons why I joined Scorpion Masqué. So I had the plan to start my own publishing company. So I was able to be the sales director and start my own publishing company called Synapses Game. So the goal is to do family game, gateway games, very easy to learn, good depth behind it. So we release 2 games per year. The first one was Incubation. So you get dragon eggs, you put them in your incubator. You have the resource management of having your fire and egg eventually hatch, and you get dragons of certain colors. And you want to create sets to complete common objectives. And at the end of the game is the one who's the richest who win the game. After that, last February, we released Crazy Tower, which is a dexterity game with 3 modes. So you have a competitive mode, a saboteur mode, and a solo mode. And this fall, we will release Quaddle, which is a pattern building game. You create a Quaddle is snakes in the Aztec. So we are in the Aztec thematic, and we have 150 plastic pieces that all interlocks into each other to complete your snakes.
Yeah, I had to play that with you at Gamma. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So you interlock all those pieces, and you have prophecy cards. So it tells you need to have 2 blacks and 1 blue, and that you will score. But another card could be 2 blue and 1 red. So you have to combine all those cards to maximize your action. So that will be the fall release.
Oh, that sounds
yeah. And next year we will release a game by Jay Cormier. He did Junkart, Acrotiri, Belfort. So yeah, we are already working on our 2 next game for next year.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot now.
Oh.
Sales director, publisher. Go ahead and pick which one.
Ah, it's hard because as a publisher, you still need a sales director, and I love both. I love the creativity, like working on the game, developing the game, and like talking about the artistic direction and working as a team to build up a game until having a final product. But I really enjoy having a final product and okay, what can we do to make sure that it's interesting and try to have as many like available is in as many country as possible, or what we will do as a marketing plan, or what we will do during the events and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that as well. So the combination of both, it's great. And being part of the publishing side helps a lot to um, thinking about the final product on the shelf right from the beginning. So it helped to set up your mind that, oh yeah, but eventually I want this. So you will work in consideration from the start. So that helps so much.
Yeah, I know. I know it's probably a really tough decision. But whatever you're doing in the game industry, being in the gaming industry is an actually wonderful life and a great job to have, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure that's why you're in the gaming industry as well.
Yes, it is. It's tremendous. It's fantastic. Well, Carl, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to be with us here today.
Well,
It was great.
thank you for the invite.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And all the success with Synapses Games, and to Christian and you with the Scorpion Masqué, all the success there as well. And I don't know when I'll run into you because of what's going on, but
Yeah.
whatever it is, I look forward to seeing you soon.
Well, it was good to talk to you again. I think last time was in Gamma in March. So usually we can see each other every couple of months with Gen Con, gathering of friends, stuff like that. So
Absolutely.
hopefully, worst case scenario will be in March next year.
Yes, yes, yeah. Hopefully something. All right, well, thanks again, Carl. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care, everyone. Continue to have fun. And I'm very happy that your store opened back.
Me too. Me too. Fantastic. All right.
Take care, everyone.